Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to discover how to turn your home equity into monthly cash flow. Now, whether you have a nearly paid off home, you own a single family rental, or you simply have untapped home equity, this video is going to be for you. Now, we're going to cover what home equity is, how to access it, and then how to incorporate it into your real estate investments. So the first thing you're going to need to know is, what is home equity? Now, some of you might know, some of you don't. We'll just go over it real quick. Home equity is the difference between the fair market value of your home and the outstanding balance on your mortgage. So, hey, let's make it easy for you. We're going to give you an example. If your home's valued, let's say $500,000, and let's say you only owe $200,000 on it, at this point in time, then your equity is going to be $300,000. It's really pretty much that simple. Most people do not know that their home equity can be taken out tax-free, and it can be used to buy income-producing real estate. Now, I've done that in my real estate journey. I have taken equity from one home and went and bought other rental properties. However, just because you have equity doesn't mean you should use it. I've seen many people take that equity out and then they spend it on things that are just a waste of money. So using home equity responsibly is going to be crucial. Now, here are two critical pieces of advice that we're going to give you. One, if you don't know how to use it, just leave it alone. For those over 40 considering using equity to invest in real estate, make sure you know what you're doing, because 40 years old, once you start getting older, that's getting into the retirement age. Two, owning your own home outright doesn't mean you're free of cost. You'll still have to pay taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance costs, all that stuff that goes with a home. So many believe that once their mortgage is paid off, they've achieved financial freedom, no more payments of anything, but you do still have to pay those things we just discussed. It does lower your monthly costs, which is critical when you're getting close to retirement age, because you don't have to pay principal and interest on the loan. You don't have a loan anymore. You can leverage that equity to create an income stream that covers these ongoing costs if you know what you're doing. So these ongoing costs you'll have to have, when you retire, these properties will help you with that. Now, as Warren Buffett famously said, hopefully you know who Warren Buffett is, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I mean, those are some pretty nice words, right? You've got to figure out how to make money while you sleep. So how are you going to tap into your home equity? Well, here are 4 ways you can convert your home equity into cash flow. One, you've got home equity line of credit. It's called a HELOC. A home equity line of credit, or a HELOC, allows you to borrow against the equity of your home. Typically, lenders let you borrow up to 75% of your home equity. Using the earlier example, your home is valued, let's say, at $500,000 and you owe $200,000, right? Your home equity is $300,000. With $300,000 in equity, you could potentially secure a HELOC of up to $225,000. Now, this additional loan can be used for any purpose, including investing in real estate. However, it's going to be important to note that this option is available only for your primary residence. You can't use a HELOC for your single-family rental property, or if you have a multi-unit family property, you can't pull out a HELOC for that. Okay, 2, you have cash out refinance. Now, this method involves refinancing your existing mortgage to obtain a new, larger loan. The new loan will consist of that current mortgage balance plus 75% of your equity, if you're going to pull that full 75% out. Now, the difference between the new loan and your existing mortgage is given to you as cash. That's where you get your money to go buy other properties. And then you got 3, you can sell outright, right? You can sell your home or rental property to get that equity directly out and use the proceeds to buy, additional income producing rental homes. Maybe you sell one that has a ton of equity and you go buy 2 more, you go buy 3 more. You also got number 4, the 1031 tax deferred exchange. Now, in this method, it only applies to rental or investment properties, not your primary residence. And then by selling your property and using a 1031 exchange, you can defer, paying that capital gains taxes by reinvesting all that equity into a larger investment property. This is probably the most powerful way to gain wealth as a real estate investor. Once you have that equity, so what's next? So what do you do? Now that you know how to tap into equity, what are you going to do with it? What's the next step? You need to get educated, okay? Don't go it alone. You need to educate yourself or find a mentor, somebody that can really help you out, that knows what they're doing before making any moves, because mistakes in this business can be costly. You can check out our house hacking guide in the description. It's free to sign up and get it. We kind of go over, how to do house hacking, buying a house or a multi-unit, and it's a really good free educational tool to help you get started in house hacking. We're also going to have a link in the description for our school community. You can join there for free. It's in the description. We help you buy homes, rental properties, or buying your first home. Now, next, you want to select a property type, and then you just want to master it, right? So focus on one type of property. We focused on house hacking and rental properties, but you can also look into like buying apartment buildings. Maybe you want to go, buy a mobile home park or some other real estate investments. Maybe you want to do storage units. But as a beginner, specializing will help you master that market. So I would just focus on one. If you want to do rental properties, do rental. If you want to do flipping, you do flipping. Like just focus on one area. And then you can try a second property type once you get that first one mastered. But just make sure you master the first one. And then you need to analyze deals thoroughly. Like once you've chosen a property type, the next step is to learn the basic, start evaluating deals. It's like playing baseball. You need to learn how to throw, hit, and catch before you can get in the game to play it, right? You need to learn the basics. Understanding the basics is going to be crucial before you begin making offers. That is why we have that free house hacking guide, and we've set up that school community to help people buying their first home and rental property. So please, if you can, just check it out. A crucial aspect is ensuring your new property can cover all related expenses, including any HELOC or other loan costs that you've taken out. So for example, let's go through it so you understand it better. If you have a HELOC on your single family home that costs $800 monthly, your income property should generate enough cash flow to cover the $800 plus the mortgage, insurance, taxes, and maintenance costs. So all your costs you have to put together and make sure your property can cover that, because if not, you're negative cash flow and you're paying out of your pocket for that property. To be honest, this means you'll need to find a really good deal, likely off market, to really make these numbers work. And I'm going to be honest with you, if the numbers don't work, don't buy it. I mean, that's a huge mistake. Don't fall in love with the property and buy it. But you also need to start making offers. You can't buy anything unless you make offers. You got to get in the game, and it requires you to take action. So don't waste time, whatever you're doing. Look at properties every day. When they email them over to you, look at them. Check them out. See which ones you want to go look at. The best time to invest in real estate was really 4 years ago, and the second best time is right now. So get moving. Let's examine how to turn your home equity into monthly cash flow with an example using that HELOC method. Again, you have a home worth $500,000 with, let's say, $100,000 remaining on the loan. So earlier example was $200,000, but let's say $100,000. Giving you $400,000 in equity. You take out a HELOC for $300,000, that's 75% of the equity, and you use it as a down payment for a $1.2 million apartment building with 15 units. Now, this is a big thing, okay? I'm not saying if you're new to do this big of a deal. This is just an example to show you how things work. So the rental income, each unit rents for $1,300, totaling $19,500 per month or $234,000 a year. Now, you have to take into consideration the vacancy factor. So you got to allow for like 5% vacancy rate, reducing your annual income to approximately $222,300. You've got other expenses, so you got to subtract, let's say, $60,000. You averaged $4,000 per unit for taxes, insurance, repairs, and utilities. You got to take all this into consideration. So your net operating income, or NOI, after accounting for vacancies and expenses, your rent operating income is $162,300. So the mortgage is going to be $900,000. Your payment's going to be $5,987 at 7% interest rate. And then you got to calculate your HELOC loan that was $300,000 principal and interest. This is $1,995 at 7% interest. Your total monthly mortgage cost is $7,982 or $95,784 a year. Now your cash flow, your remaining cash flow would be approximately $66,516 annually or a year, or $5,543 per month. Sounds pretty good, in a 15-unit apartment building making $5,000 a month. Next, let's look at benefits of investing in rental property. So knowing how to turn your home equity into monthly cash flow, it's pretty awesome. I mean, if you can do it, you get past your fears and you take action, it really works. So the first thing is monthly cash flow. Your equity, when invested, generates cash flow. And then 2, you've got your tax benefits. Real estate offers significant tax advantages that you're going to take advantage of those. 3, you've got loan pay down. Your tenants will pay that loan down, creating you more equity. And then you got 4, appreciation. Potential for, that forced appreciation through rent increases over time. You may have the opportunity to do a cash out refinance, pull out $300,000 and pay back your HELOC, and then repeat the process over and over again. So I know it's exciting, to think about it, but it also is scary when you try to go out and do it. Don't forget to check out our school group, which is free. We discuss the real estate investing there. Basically, you can get help to buy a home or a rental property. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, and then please hit subscribe for more videos on wealth building, real estate investing, and making money. Let us know any of your thoughts in the comments section.